Okay, so welcome to You Can't Get It Wrong. And I didn't intentionally do this, but this morning has not gone to plan. So I had all good intentions of getting up this morning and doing slides for it and having all sorts of gorgeous things for you to read while I'm talking. And then I've had a proper morning with Daisy, who's 12 and doesn't like school, but really wants to go. So we've had that. And honestly, I get to use every tool in my box this morning. Like the power of the pause is like very real, isn't it? Like that whole not reacting and when she and I could just feel this energy. So we've got no slides, but we can't get it wrong. So it doesn't matter. I'm not supposed to have them. Um, so you're just stuck with my face this morning. I'm just going to be sharing with you about why it's so important to reconnect to your why and how it absolutely just fucking lights the fire back in your belly. And this is something I did a lot of work on just before Christmas. And it's actually helped me to stop using ChatGPT as much when I'm writing because me fire's back. And I've got nothing against ChatGPT. It's absolutely got its place in whatever you want it to be. But for me, I love writing and I was going to it for more things than what I felt like I should have been. So when I stopped, I've started writing again. And this morning I've just done like 16 pages of just everything that's just all flowed out and I'm having the best time. Um, and that's because I've reconnected, sorry, my dishwasher's beeping, back to my why and why I fucking love doing the work that I do. So thank you for being here. Hello to anyone that's watching back on replay. I'm going to try and make this about 45 minutes to 60 minutes. If you know me, you know that's a challenge, but I will do my best. I'm going to talk you through what is your why. I'm going to take you on a gorgeous guided visualization to reconnect and remember your why and remember who you are, and why you're doing the things that you're doing. And then we're going to talk a little bit about your gifts because everyone goes, "Oh, I haven't got a gift." You fucking have. Like there's only one you, and I'll get to that bit like towards the end, but help you tap into your in the business world. It's called the USP, isn't it? So your unique selling point, because everyone's got one because there's only one of you. Okay, I feel like I need to move this crystal. I was playing with its finger this morning on my desk. And now it's just giving me the V, so I'm just going to put it behind my laptop because I keep looking at it. Okay, I've got my notes because again, if you know me, you'll know I'll go off on a fucking tangent if I don't have my notes. So I am going to be looking down. So you are probably here because you've spent however long collecting certifications, getting more qualified, trying to learn everything, and then you'll be ready to start your own business. Or what might have happened is you did all the training, thought you'd be ready, but then there's this fucking horrible, neggy little voice inside of you that keeps talking you down and pissing all over your bonfire. And she does that every time you go to press the button or do something that you want to do, or you go, oh, hang on, is this right? Am I doing that? What if I do this wrong? What if that? What if someone sees and you start comparing yourself to people and chatting shit to yourself? And this little neggy voice, who I call my inner bitch, people call it monkey on your shoulder, whatever you want to call it. People have got different names. Someone told me theirs was called Barbara. Um, and she'll say things like, you're not experienced enough, you still don't know enough. Like, who would even choose you when there's all those other people out there? And oh my God, like, what if you get it wrong? So, but you know you've got a gift because you're actually fucking amazing at what you do. And every time you do the thing that you do, people go, oh my God, that was amazing. Just turning my notes over. So I've lost my page too. Do you know what? This is the problem with notes, isn't it? There it is. It is. So every time you do the thing that comes naturally to you, every time you do this thing, people tell you how amazing you are at it. And every time you think about this being what you do every day in your life, it really fucking lights you up. Yay, here's a face. And it literally makes you do an excited way. And you even lay awake at night dreaming about how good your business could be and how you would do this for people and what it would feel like to do that. And you start getting really, really excited. But What if you decided that like now is the time? Because life's too short to wait. Have you seen my badge? Until all your ducks in a row. It says, I don't have ducks. They're not in a row. I have squirrels and they're at a rave. Suzanne bought me that. I was like, it's the fucking best bracelet, and I've got me squirrels in. Just love it today. Because when you do this thing, you get this feeling of freedom that you actually really fucking love. And it's like nothing else because it really connects you back to what you are here to do. Um, and when you realize that you can't get it wrong, it helps you lean into the imperfectionism of just like how life actually is. My notes are fucking all over the place here. So remembering that there's only one you and that only you can do the things that you can do in the way that you do them because the law of attraction says, doesn't it? Those dreams that you get, those visions, those feelings, like you wouldn't have been given those things. And I know, Danielle, you've got the most fucking amazing manifestation story, but you got that thought, you got that feeling, you got that dream and that vision. So you know that you can make anything that you want happen in your life because you were given that for a reason, because it was yours. And the world needs more people like you to follow your dreams and take the next steps, be brave enough to lean into that feeling of like you can't get it wrong and imperfectionism and say fucking yes to the things that make you want to do the zoomies around the house. Someone signed up yesterday to the Spiritual Business Academy and I literally ran around the coach. I was like, and it's someone that I've been like talking to for about 18 months now about all different things. And like yesterday, she decided was the day. And you know, when you're just so fucking grateful and honored and all that. So the things that make you want to do the things that make you want to make the noises like that only dogs and dolphins can hear. So first, I want to talk to you about why your why is important. So, your why is the part of you that remembers what matters when the world is feeling really noisy and loud around you. And you're like, fucking hell, they're saying this, they're saying that. What should I do? And the fucking shitty should stick comes out the cupboard and you start poking yourself in the head with it because you're trying to do it the right way. Um, your why reconnects you back to you when you wander off the path because we all do it. We'll all I fell off my spiritual path and was like, I'm going to do more business, and I do more business stuff, but not in that way. Because one of the coaches I was working with was trying to put me in a box, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. But sometimes people don't see you for you. They just want you to do their thing because you pay the money and they're just gonna, take you through and then it's the next cohort and it's the next cohort. But actually what's really important is that you know your why so that you can remember who you are and why you're doing the things that you want to do in the way that you do it. And I think I'm repeating myself, but I just want to get it really, really clear that it's so fucking important that you know why you're doing what you're doing. Um, because if you don't if it's not what you want to do, I don't like the word should at all, but if it's not what you visualize yourself doing, why are you doing it? Are you doing it because you think you should? And this is why this whole reconnection back to your why today is going to hopefully light that fire back in your belly and help you to reconnect to what you know is your path. And I just put here, when you wander off your path because someone has something potentially shiny, but actually they're just really good at marketing and the thing isn't what they said it would be. And you turn around and wonder where the fuck you are and how you got there. And that's happened to me a couple of times because I'm like, oh, I didn't need this. Why have I done this? And then I'm like, where the fuck am I now? Um, so your why is the thing that reminds you that you've got the map in your pocket, that you've got your inner compass, that you can connect back to your true north at any time because it's in you and nobody else will know what that is but you. And it's not supposed to be like anybody else's because it's yours. Um, it's what keeps you moving when comparisonitis steps in, or your inner bitch wakes up, or both. Or sometimes when your business just feels really fucking hard and you're like, do you know what? I'm just going to get a job in the Asda. And that's really what happens. It's honestly, there's no fucking shame in feeling this because this was me 2 weeks before Christmas. I was like, I'm just gonna get a job because I can't keep putting my nervous system through all of this, and I can't do that, and I can't. And that's because I've had a huge transition in my business over the last 6 months, and what was happening was the end of the snakeskin was just getting kicked off, and now it's gone. And I was like, "Whoa, the light." Because when you're connected to your why, you stop people pleasing because you actually can't. You can't ignore the feelings that you've got inside. It's like such a loud no when it's not your like internal yes. You stop forcing yourself to do things that drain the life out of you, and you start choosing from that place of I know, like from alignment instead of fear or FOMO. Like, what am I missing out on? Like, that's just totally not the right thing to follow, but we do because, like I just said, we get sucked in by all the shiny. And again, when you're connected to your why, it means that any decisions that you make are easier because you're looking at, well, is this going to get me closer to the thing that I want to do? Like, how is me doing this going to help in any way, shape, or form? And again, is it a yes or a no when you're making those decisions? But most importantly, like your why changes how people experience you because they don't just hear you and like what you do, they feel you and they feel your why. Because, like, how many times have you listened to someone talking and you felt like they're selling at you? And you're like, they're just, they're not even interested. They're just like, "Meh, meh, 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 meh." They're totally disconnected. They've got that like icky, give me your money energy. And it's like they've got no purpose because they're just like talking at you. Compared to someone who tells you a story, someone who's got lived experience, something that happened to them, like a moment that changed them, a catalyst. And if you seen my live yesterday, this was where this bit came from. I've just put a reason for what like why what they do fucking matters, and I've just put. And I just sat and whinged at the table. I can remember the day my mum passed away, and I stood there thinking, oh my God, you never got to go the Maldives. And I was like, fuck. And that's because she put things off and she put things off. And she was like, next year, when Michael's home, blah, 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 do this. Like, that was her Egyptian husband. And she thought she had time. But in the end, life had different ideas for her and other plans, and she didn't get to go. And I was like, fucking hell. And in this moment, it made me realize that if I ever wanted anything from this moment forwards, I wasn't ever going to wait for it to be the right moment because there's no such thing. Like, I was going to fucking run towards it as fast as I could because we can't wait for things to be right. We can't wait for all of our ducks to be in a row because we'll be waiting forever. Nothing is ever going to be the perfect moment. You've just got to shit yourself, get your big vagina out, and take the first step. Trust in what you know because you're so connected to your why. Like, your why needs to be bigger than your fear. And it can't not be when you're connected to it because literally, like I was saying before, the light from your why, your purpose and your connection to that will fucking blind your inner bitch. Do you know what I mean? She'll have to put her sunnies on. Um, so I've just put without your why, it's so much easier to constantly second guess everything, to lose yourself trying to do things the right way and keep burning out because nothing's lighting you up. So I'm a big fan of human design, but all of us, regardless of what human design are, especially the generators and the Manny Gens, if we're not doing something, we feel frustrated as fuck. Our light goes out. Projectors, if you're not seen for who you are, like you'll stand back and just be everyone's dead to you. And manifestors, you don't like being told what to do one little bit. So you need to find your why because otherwise you're not going to move forward. And reflectors, you are like a whole league of your own. Um, but when you have got your why and you've got this gorgeous inner anchor, it brings you back to you again and again and again. And I'm going to help you do this today because it's like every time you feel like you're losing your way, it'll just help to bring you back. And I've just got a few little statistics, which were going to be beautiful on my slides and all funny and different pictures, but they're not. So I'm just going to read them out because I can't get it wrong. So it says, founders who feel emotionally connected to their why are 3 times more resilient during setbacks. So setbacks like a huge fucking inner bitch wobble. Because when you're having a wobble in your business, it doesn't matter if you know all the fucking strategy and all the things that you should be doing. Like, it's not the strategy that keeps you going. Because you can know what you need to do all day long, can't you? It's actually, if you don't have any genuine, heartfelt connection to the thing, you'll just fuck it off. You're like, it doesn't even matter. But when you've got that meaning and that purpose behind what you're doing and those feelings, like, you can't walk away because you've got that light and you're like, no, I can't step away because it's so important. Um, and your why becomes your purpose because you know what you're here to do. Like your soul knows. You might not have connected to it yet, but you might in a minute. And it's about that, isn't it? So what have I put? Yeah. So your why is the thing that hugs you invisibly from the inside out and says, you know you can do this. And it means too much to you to fuck it off. And that was what happened to me before Christmas. So I was like, right, okay, have a word with yourself. So I got all my tools out my box and I laid them all over the table. I put all of my stress away and I just played. And I was like, come on, you've got this. And I got my little Ganesh out and I was chanting to Ganesh and I was meditating more and I got my yoga mat out and I was going for walks and I was eating loads of fucking chocolate and watching Netflix and it was gorgeous. And then what happened was a client paid me in full, just out the blue. She just signed up and she just paid me in full. And I was like, oh, there it is. And then what happened was the doors opened and loads of people have like, I've seen this. Do you do that? Can I book in for this? Can you tell me more information about that? Because my energy was just aligned then. I was like, yeah, I'm here to do that. That was the sign that I needed to just keep going. And I could never fucking work for anyone ever again. I think when you've been out of, when you're your own boss, you just can't do it, can you? Um, and especially, and I think most of us are of similar age, like perimenopause, teenage kids, ADHD, um, you know, and sometimes at certain times, about 5 times an hour, my brain goes, no, fuck this, just no, not doing it, no. And that little ember in my heart goes, but yeah, like that's you, this is your reason. Like, remember me. This is why we're doing it. Okay, so businesses led by purpose-driven founders are around 30% more likely to survive 5 years in their business because you've got a purpose, because they're anchored. They're anchored in their why. So when decisions come from alignment instead of panic, like the business grows roots because it's not a race. And this is the thing that I've like really discovered over the last sort of 2 years is that it's a journey. And I knew this, but there's so many people going 50K months in 4 weeks and do this and you're like, what the fuck? And it's noisy out there. So you think that because you're not having 50K months, what the fuck? We're led to believe that overnight success is normal. So when it's not, we think we're doing something wrong, but actually, your why is what keeps you on the path to your journey. And you know what? We're here to have experiences. We're not here to get to the end goal. Esther Hicks describes it perfectly. She says, imagine if you were hungry and then you were just full and you hadn't eaten the food. Like you're not, I've just had the most fittest piece of seeded sourdough with thick butter and honey and Himalayan rock salt. And I was literally making nom nom noises. Imagine if that was just in my belly. Like that'd really piss me off. So it's that, isn't it? It's not normal to have overnight success. It has to be a journey because we have to learn and grow and evolve and learn lessons and all of the things. But enjoy the journey, still connected to your why. And clients are 4 times more likely to trust and buy from someone who communicates from their purpose. And I'm not saying share your shit with everyone, but what I'm saying is when you're sharing why you're doing what you're doing, people go, oh my God, I completely resonate with that. What have you put? This was my end goal. I got here and was like, oh, now what? See how powerful you are, though. And I think you need to share more of your story because mindset and belief and just that trust and just the way you moved through, and it's not my story to share, so I'm not going to share it here, but Danielle's story is just like nothing I've ever heard before. We were on hypnotherapy training together, and when she was telling me the story, I was sitting with my mouth open, like, fucking hell. So, and this is the thing, right? When we don't share these stories, people don't believe what's possible. And it is possible. Anything is possible. We've just got to believe it before we see it. It's not the other way round. Mikey said that the other day in the car. He went, "Oh, I'll believe it when I see it." And I went, "Well, you'll never see it." I said, "Because you've got to believe it first." He was like, "What?" It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because just going back to what I'm saying, like people feel your truth, don't they? They trust you, your authenticity. So when you're when you're talking about the way that you do things, so like the strategy and the tactics, like people aren't asked about that. Your why is what creates safety and resonance within people. They're like, fucking hell, I get you, you're my person. I can remember writing the Feminine Energy Guide book and absolutely shitting myself because it was like my story at the beginning, and I was like, oh my God, what are people going to think of me? And I thought, no, I've got to put it out there. And honestly, the first day the book was launched, I had so many people message me saying, I feel like you're talking to me. And from that moment, I was like, right. And sometimes we've just got to trust what we know is right for us, because how many times have you gone, oh, that can't be right. It must be this. And then you do it and you go, fucking hell, it was that. And I knew it. And you knew with every cell in your body and you've just ignored it. And you're like, "Ugh." So, we're all energy, aren't we? And we can smell disingenuous people a mile off. And I'm not calling anybody out, but so, neuroscience, last one, shows that emotional memory, which is the original why moment, is far more motivating than setting any future goals. Because what good is a goal without a purpose? If you're not connected to the goal, you can just pick a figure out, but if there's no emotional connection to it, and in the law of attraction, they say that emotion fuels manifestation. So once you know what you want and why you want it, why do you want what you want? What is the reason behind that? If it lights you up and you become a literal magnet for the thing because you're like, this is my purpose, this is why I want it. Um, and I don't know what you know about your human design, but we're not all specific manifestors. We don't all need to pick a specific number and work to that. I'm what's called a non-specific manifestor. So I manifest using my feelings. I have to feel connected to the thing or like imagine it in a feeling way for it to be magnetic, which is I'm a Manny Gen as well, so that makes sense. But this year, my goal is to double what I pay myself, not a specific amount per month, but just double what I'm paying myself, whatever that looks like, because I can paint my house, I can do my garden, we can have weekends away, we can go on holiday, I can say yes to the kids, I can take Daisy on a shopping spree and give her cash so she feels like, just gorgeous and just say yes to more things. Um, because this fills my heart with absolute gooey love and excitement. And it's like, what is yours? Um, so see how powerful that is. Just that, like, I'm dead excited, proper excited. And this is the reason that I want to help you today reconnect back to your why. Because when we have these feelings and this passion for our purpose and our reason why, our inner bitches don't even get a look in. And this is the thing. And I see and hear so many people saying, oh, yeah, me and a bitch, me and a bitch. And sometimes mine's a massive knobhead. But reconnecting back to this will help you to just be like, you don't get to speak now. And I've said this before, but she literally needs to get her sunnies out because we've blinded her with our excited, sparkly, proper pea glitter energy. She's like, what? And she just fucks off. So that's why the why is so important. So I'm going to take you through a remember your why meditation to help you remember or reconnect or both to your why. And it's a visualization meditation, but I just want to say, like, everyone experiences meditations differently. So some see, some get feelings, some just know what's happening. So there's no right or wrong way, only your way. So just let whatever comes through come through in the way that it comes through. So I just want to put this out there as well. It's 10:30 in the morning on a weekday. There are going to be distractions because everyone's awake. You know, there's shit going on. So I've got a teenager upstairs getting ready for school. So please allow any distractions my end. Please let anything going on around you just be there and just give yourself permission to have these like next 10 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to have a little drink. Yeah, I can hear him moving around. So if he comes in and says bye in the middle of the meditation, I'm really sorry. I have told him not to, but he's just gorgeous. Okay. So get comfy and remember, meditating isn't about sitting with your back straight and your fingers pinched together and being really uncomfortable. The more comfortable you can be, the deeper you'll go and the more you'll get from the meditation. So if you need to itch or move or fart or whatever, like just do what you need to do, but stay as comfortable as you can. Okay. So if it feels safe for you now, I'd love for you to just close down your eyes and just take a slow, deep breath in and just hold it at the top for a sec. And then as you breathe out, just allow your body to soften, settling in. And then take another slow, deep breath in and just hold it. Again, just feel the coolness of the air expanding your lungs. And then exhale slowly this time. Again, just allowing your body to soften with this exhale. And then when you're ready, breathing in, just holding it at the top. And this time, as you breathe out, just bringing your awareness to the crown of your head. Relaxing your brow and your temples, softening through your cheeks, softening your jaw. Maybe letting your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth, just to soften through the whole of your face. And then take another slow, deep breath in and just hold it again. And this time, as you breathe out, relax all the muscles in your neck. Just let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Just relaxing your arms and your elbows and your forearms and your wrists. Softening through the palms of your hands and all the way down to the ends of your fingers. Having a little yawn if you need to. Oh, excuse me. Taking another slow, deep breath in. Feel your chest expand, and as you exhale, softening all the way down into your belly. Relaxing your belly, relaxing your lower back, relaxing your hips and your thighs, the front and back of your thighs, the front and back of your knees, your calves, your ankles, your heels, the soles of each foot, and all the way down to the ends of each toe. And then take another slow, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just allowing all the muscles in your body soften and relax. Just giving yourself permission to have this time just for you. And with each exhale now, just letting yourself go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Now I want you to bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. And I want you to visualize roots coming out the soles of your feet and going down through the floor, going down through the earth, all the way through the layers of rock and magma until you reach the beautiful glow of the core of Mother Earth. And just visualize wrapping these roots around the core. And as you breathe in, breathe into a feeling of love. Feel the unconditional love from Gaia, from Mother Earth, as this beautiful golden light travels through the roots, all the way up through the layers of rock, the layers of earth, through the floor and into the soles of your feet. And as you breathe in, this beautiful golden light touches every part of your body, comes in through your feet, up past your calves, past your knees. Just feel this beautiful warm glow as it rises through your thighs, fills your hips and your lower back. And as you breathe in again, this golden light swells around inside your torso, up into your chest, through your shoulders, down your arms and your elbows, into your forearms and your wrists, and all the way down to the ends of your fingers. And then as you breathe in again, this glow rises gently up into your head, soothing your temples and relaxing all the way up into the crown. Just supporting you and grounding you and reminding you that you are safe and you are held. And I just want you to take another deep breath in when you're ready. And as you breathe out, just feel yourself settling even more deeply into this moment. Now I want you to visualize a soft golden light at the center of your chest, right in your heart space. This is your purpose. This is the essence of who you are. And with each inhale, this light grows a little brighter. And with each exhale, it expands outwards, filling your whole body with warmth and clarity and deep knowing. And just notice how this feels. Now I want you to imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a path. And as you breathe out, feel your feet on the floor and look around you, and you notice that you're surrounded by nature. Tall trees just swaying in the breeze. Beautiful flowers, all different colours, and a gentle breeze that carries the scent of possibility. This is your path of purpose. Your purpose. This is the journey of your life. With a deep breath, take a step forwards onto the path. Then another. Then another, just feeling the earth solid beneath your feet. Each step brings you closer to the deepest truth of why you are here. As you walk, you come to a beautiful open space. And this is a private place just for you. In the center of the space, you notice something gleaming. A sparkling little glowing ember. It looks warm and radiant. And this ember represents your why. Gently step closer to it, and as you do, allow yourself to feel the emotions tied to your purpose. The love, the passion, excitement, maybe even a little bit of twitchy bumness, because your why is proper powerful. Now let a memory rise within you. It could be the very first memory of when you felt deeply called to this path. Maybe it was a whisper or an idea of profound clarity. Like, just see it and allow it to awaken within you. Now see another moment, perhaps a time when or where your purpose made an impact, a time when someone's life changed because of what you do. What did you do? I just want you to notice your gifts, the gifts that only you have, because there is only one you. And just let that sink in. Maybe it was a conversation, a breakthrough, a ripple that reached farther than you ever imagined. And let this moment play like a movie in your mind. Let yourself feel the significance and the importance and the impact of it. Now place your hands over your heart and silently or out loud, if you want to, just ask yourself, why do I do this? What is the deeper purpose behind my work? And just allow the answer to be there. It might come up in words, or images, a sensation, or simply a deep inner knowing. But whatever comes up, just trust it and notice it. Now imagine taking this glowing ember, your why, and placing it inside your heart. Feel it merge with your being, filling you with clarity and strength and purpose and love. And no matter what challenges come up, this why is your anchor, your guiding light. It's always within you. With your hands on your heart now, I want you to breathe in this feeling. And every time you feel a wobble or you feel like you're doubting or questioning yourself, simply remember to put your hands on your heart and you'll instantly get this feeling, this remembering, this deep inner knowing of your why, your passion, your purpose, that ember, that fire within you that only you have because it's yours. And it's not supposed to look like anyone else's. This is yours. Take a big breath in and just feel the warmth of your hand on your heart. And know that anytime you want to connect back to this feeling, all you need to do is put your hand on your heart as your anchor and feel these feelings, this passion, this purpose, your love, your why. It'll just return to you instantly and it'll fill your whole body with this feeling. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the path beneath you, back to the earth holding you. Unraveling the roots of Mother Earth with gratitude, just saying thank you for her love. Letting your roots return through the rock and the soil and the earth all the way into the soles of your feet. Gently bringing your awareness back to your breath. Taking slower, deeper breaths back into your body. Feeling the surface beneath you. Could be a chair or you might have lied down. Just feeling the texture of your clothes on your skin. Taking a big, slow, deep breath and feeling the coolness of the breath as it enters the body. Then as you breathe out again, just bringing the awareness back into where you are in this moment. Noticing the temperature in the room, what's going on around you, and then taking one more deep breath in, bringing your arms all the way up above your head, coming into a big yawn, and a stretch. And just take a minute to notice how you feel. And if you can turn your cameras back on, just to let me know you're not asleep when you're ready. That'd be amazing. Give yourself a minute though. Like, what was your why? If you want to share, you don't have to share, but if you want to share, I'd love for you to share. Oh, go on, Dan.
Hello. So that was really interesting because that's never come forward for me before, apart from when I talk about it with myself all the time. But what I realized is the one thing I always talk about when we do these sessions is that I'm looking for the freedom, right? I always say it. I just want a bit more freedom. And what I've realized is that everything that I do allows other people to also have that freedom.
Yes. And the dogs
You
have just
know,
barked next door.
but I just think like so many of my clients, I've always thought it's about, and it is about the dogs for me, don't get me wrong. that it's about the people as much as it's about the dogs. And that's always been my USP. Everybody has always said, you don't go straight to the dog, you look at the people and you work with the people to understand the dog.
Yeah.
And even the kennels now, so many of my clients had not been on holiday before I set up. They don't get the break. And now that they come here, they go on 2, 3, 4 holidays a year.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
So yeah, I never really looked at it from that perspective before, but I give people freedom back in their own lives in that sense. So yeah.
Oh, how magic. I love that. Thank you. Your little face, you're like,
Well, you know, it's just the realization like that word has always held so strong for me. And it's something that I feel like since I've lived here, you know, that it's something that I've battled with where I feel so tired and I feel like I've kind of lost my freedom a little bit. And my mission this year is to get that back, is to create an environment where I can afford the staff and I've got the staff so that we can be there for the girls' taekwondo competitions and we can go on one holiday a year and we can do these things and I can go visit family. But realizing that that's also what I've created for other people kind of makes you go, ah,
yeah,
okay.
that's just gorgeous though, isn't it? Because you know how important that is to you. So you
Yeah.
can feel what you're doing for other people. And it's
Yeah.
just the best.
So
Oh,
yeah, thank you.
oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Does anyone else want to share? No? No problem. Okay, so now that you've connected to your why, I want to talk about you. And I've just said this about 50 times before, but I'm going to say it again. How there's only one you. How your lived experiences, your tone, your way of seeing things, your sense of humor, like all of this exact combination has never existed before and it'll never exist again. That's how special you are. And that alone, like that makes you irreplaceable. So we've talked a little bit about the USP, so your unique selling point. And it isn't something that you need to like create or invent because it's something that you remember. It's something that's in you, but so many people look outwards for it. Like exactly what you've just connected to there is the most perfect example. And it's often the thing that comes so naturally to us, and people go, like they find it the most valuable thing. Um, when we're doing it, it just happens and they go, oh my God, like, how did you do that? And you're like, it's just me. But it's that. And it's like putting words around that and like articulating that because that is your USP. It's the thing that you can't not do. It just comes so naturally, and it could be like the way you listen, the way you see people, the way you understand or you can hear beneath the noise of what people aren't saying. Um, the way you can speak your truth softly but powerfully. So you've got that aligned throat chakra essence going on. Um, or the way you make people feel just by being you. You know, we all know those people who just know how to say the right things and are just that safe space. Um, and people choose you because of how you make them feel or how they feel about you. Um, It could be when they're with you, it could be they know what you're about. So again, a lot of people see us before we've seen ourselves sometimes, and that's why these spaces are so gorgeous and important, especially if you're sort of at the start of your business journey, because you get people going, you're this, you're that, and you're like, oh yeah, because it's hard to see that yourself because you feel like a bad dick going, I'm so good at this and I'm so good at that, but actually if you don't believe in yourself, who is going to believe in you? You've got to create that. And I don't want to say like leadership, but it's that confidence, isn't it? That you know that what you do works and what you're good at, and you're so connected to your why. Um, So we just want you to take a minute and just think about the things that other people thank you for. So what do you do that people go, oh my God, thank you for that? And it could be that in the moment, you're just there for people, or you can give them a tool that helps them when they're feeling stressed, or you can give them a technique that works with their dog that they didn't know. And it's just through, and again, through experience, through you being you. Um, what is it that you do? So I know I make heavy things feel fun or lighter or easier by removing judgment and shame. A lot of people feel like they can't share certain parts of themselves because it's just so bad and society's told them that, it's wrong and all that. But um I share my story and that makes people feel really okay. I create a safe space. It's that confidentiality and that trust and that like I've absolutely got you. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Especially in the ceremonies and the circles that I run. Um, and again, that whole sort of sharing, I've just put it makes people feel they're not abnormal or bad because this is what society, family, friends often unintentionally make us feel. So we hide the parts of ourselves we think people will reject. But the parts of us that feel vulnerable are actually the part of us that connect us to the hearts of other people, our future clients, because they feel safe and seen and like we get them. So when you've shared a story about something and they go, oh my God, that happened to me. Like she's just like me. Look what she's doing. And that's why it's so important to share what feels safe. So Danny Wallace says, share from the scar, not the wound. So if you're going through something, like you want to keep yourself safe, but if you've been through it and you know that you can talk about it without things coming up for you now because you've worked through all the shit, and every day is different. We are human. Some days I'll talk about my mum and it's fine. Other days I'll whinge my face off because I'm just human. But you know what I'm saying? You don't need to bare your soul, but those parts of you that you're like, do you know what? I know a lot of people have struggled with alcohol and drugs. I know a lot of people have, had eating disorders and shamed themselves and done things that are questionable and not, they're not proud of. But that's just what we do. And I think when we talk about that, it feels safe, doesn't it? Um, so my why is to help women remember who they are and empower them to live a life they love the shit out of. Because if I can do it, like when I've been through all the shit that I've been through, like I believe anyone can do anything. Um, and I can help them because I've done it. And it's that, isn't it? So by sharing all the things that have happened to me to where I am now, so I've gone from being anxious, depressed, proper, like my cup was so empty, it had holes in the bottom. I loved drama. I was a gossip. I was neggy. I was self-medicating, alcohol and drugs to quieten out the world. Then I lost both my parents and I realised that life is not a fucking dress rehearsal. Everything can change in any moment. So I left my job in the bank, followed my passion, started my spiritual business, grew it through a pandemic to multi six figures. And I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money doing that. Um, and I've done a lot of inner work because so many coaches have tried to put me in that. You need to do this and you need to be that. And I'm a Manny Gen, multi-passionate, fucking flies by the seat of my pants, loves pivoting, loves doing loads of different things at the same time. The word niche, oh, the thought of doing just one thing forever makes me want to throw up. That's just me personally. It's not wrong. That's just my, like, I love doing Reiki training and I love doing yoga classes and I love running retreats and I love creating courses and I love doing one-to-one sessions with clients. And do you see what I mean? But it's all under the same umbrella. But this is why I've created the Spiritual Business Academy so that I can help you to create a business that feels like yours. Because there's so many, and again, I'm not slagging anybody off, but what my experience of all of this is that there's a lot of people that try and get you to do things their way when actually, you know, it has to feel like yours. It has to light you up and it has to align with your version of happiness and success because you are you. And they can't tell you what will make you happy. You might not fucking want a 100K year or a 10K month. You might be happy with this because that's what you need. And if it's more, that's amazing. But actually, where you are right now, that is your thing. I can remember wanting 2.5 grand a month, right, and thinking that was fucking loads. Never earned that much money in my life. Um, I now need to earn triple that just to cover me costs and my expenses in my business. Um, and I've had a 30K month. So anything is possible. Um, it, but that didn't make me happy because I wasn't connected to me why. Like that 30K month, people were like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, but what for? Because actually what the truth of it was, the money came in because everyone had paid me for a Mexico retreat. So the money went straight back out. So none of it went in my bank. None of it lit me up. It actually felt shit. So it's not about the money. The money comes when you've connected to this, and it's got to be your version of this because your success and your happiness will be different to mine. And like I've said, I want to pay myself double this year so that I can fucking there's like a bean smear on the wall. Do you know what I mean? Because we haven't decorated for like 7 years and the walls are dead pale. So the kids have just got up and so like decorate, go on holidays, have experiences, just have money in the bank. I go, oh, I like that. I'm going to buy it, without thinking, oh, when does Mikey get paid? So, and again, it's got to be your version. So, for any of this to work, it's got to be built around your why and your purpose and all the things that make you want to make squeaky noises and pea glitter and give you. I want to help to give you the tools that'll keep your nervous system safe to help you stay grounded in who you are because we get sucked into all sorts and it's knowing how to understand who you are and step back into your sort of true north and where you want to go and help you realize that you are enough and that what you do in the way you do it for the reasons that you do it is what will magnetize the right people to you and into your world because your uniqueness and the way you do what you do gives other people permission to be themselves or to do things that they want to do because people need you being you. I'm going off saving. So I'm going to talk about the Spiritual Business Academy now because hopefully I've reconnected you to your why and you know why you're doing the things that you're doing and you've realized that there is only one you and that there's only you that can do it in that way. So the Spiritual Business Academy, it closes on Monday. And I'm just telling you that not to create FOMO, but because if I don't tell you, you won't know. It's a 12-month practitioner pathway because the most important things that you need to learn, they're going to take time to integrate and practice and to get confidence in. Mainly being confident and being you and showing up as you because I know that's what I struggled with the most. So by the end of the 12 months, you'll be a certified intuitive Reiki master practitioner, but I'll teach you my way, but I want you to make it your way because there's only you that can do it in your way. You'll know how to run safe and transformational circles and ceremonies and retreats. And I start my shamanic training next month, so I'm going to be bringing in little bits of that as well, which I can't fucking wait. I want to help you to create your own signature course or modality or both. Some of the ladies who've already joined, they've got loads of different qualifications and loads of different things, and they've already started going, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and like pulling little threads of it all in. Because these are all their own, like beautiful and creative and new ideas for their new creations. Um, you're gonna know who you are at a deep level. This is the first thing that we do. So looking at your human design, looking at your intuition, looking at how you are, you'll know how to regulate your nervous system so that when the wobbles come up, you've got the tools to keep taming your inner bitch. So you'll be reconnected to your why. We're going to work a lot on that. You're going to be in love with selling and showing up, because I'm going to be sharing with you all of the most important parts that I've spent fucking tens of thousands of pounds, or wasted tens of thousands of pounds, to feel this way so that you don't have to. So like removing the ick out of selling. So it's not like, when people say selling, you think of the sleazy car salesman, but actually it's about you sharing what you're doing and just being so connected to your why, of the reason that you're doing the thing that you're doing, that it doesn't fucking matter what anyone thinks, because you want the right people to hear it. And the only way that they're going to hear it is by you showing up. So I'm not getting me dick out here, but I'm just want to explain something to you. Like, I've spent over £200,000 in the last 10 years on trainings and coaches and courses and masterminds, and working with some really big names in the industry who I won't name, because some of them gave me very big, important, expensive lessons on what not to do and how not to make people feel, and how I didn't ever want to do things their way, which is absolutely fine, because I don't fit into a cookie cutter mold, because I am me and you are you. And I don't want to make you me. I want to make you the youest version of you that you can possibly be. Like, like the most successful and happy version of you, doing what you love, which, if the Spiritual Business Academy is talking to you, it will be your own version of a spiritual business in the way that you love it. So this is a business in a box. It's literally the last 10 years of all my training, but I've took out the fluffy wank and all the unimportant waste of time bits, and it's delivered by me. So the newest version of you. Yeah, and Faith, you are the absolute newest version of you. So what it looks like, it's 12 months of group coaching. There's only going to be a maximum of 10 women in there. There's 5 in there already, and I just know that the right women will come. So whatever the number is, it will be perfect, because they're meant to come. It's 2 calls a month. One is training, one is hot seat. But in between that, we've got a WhatsApp sort of group to keep you connected, to ask questions, to create the community. I think if you think about, well, I was just going to say what we've got in the mastermind, because most of you here have been in a mastermind with me, but it's that safe space where you come and you're like, shit, I know I need to do this, but this is coming up. And it's like, right, talk to me, tell me. You have a quarterly one-to-one with me, 60 to 90 minutes, so we can sit down, look at where you are, look at what you're loving, look at what things are feeling a little bit like bumpy or whatever. And just so that I can see exactly where you are. So nervous system regulation, to get to know you and your energy, Reiki master practitioner training, the Moonlight Key, 13th rites of the womb ceremonies, but also other circles and ceremonies, and how to run retreats, tapping into your intuitive gifts, because everyone is magic in their own way. Branding. You are your brand. So what does that look like? How does that feel? Who is your ideal client? Really working on getting clear on all that. And then all of the legal important stuff that nobody tells you about, but are the absolute foundations of your business. And you get me in your pocket. So like I said, I've spent over 200 grand on this, and I don't fucking want you to do that. So you get this for 3,996, which is 333 a month, 83 a week, or £11 a day, if you want to work it out like that. Or if you wanted to pay in full, it's 3,333, and you get two months off. So you get £666 off. If you are interested in that, I would love to book a call with you and just talk it through and see if we're a right fit, and just answer any questions. So please let me know if you're watching this back. Let's book a call. And if you've got any questions about your why or your reasons or whatever, please let me know. But I've absolutely fucking loved doing that for you today. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll just stop that.